I feel like they are going to have a big advantage over some of these other squads here today, just because of experience alone.
Yeah, so they start normally at the tippy top at the start of the day, and as the day goes by, after like 2 or 3 matches, they tend to dip, and then somehow end up winning the last one. That's what happened every single time. I hope it doesn't repeat today, though.
Well, speaking of the day, let's actually take a look at the schedule yet again, so you guys can see what groups are playing what matches and what maps will be played in each of these games. Starting things off on a very comfortable map for all these teams. Erangel going to be kicking things off, and that's something we need to kind of focus on is, of your 8 games you get to play over the course of today and tomorrow, I think you have to be happy starting here because it's one of the most balanced maps you can play on.
I think Erangel is home turf for like everybody.
Yeah.
This is where we all started learning how to play. This is sort of what everybody knows the most of, and it's a slower map. You can take your time on it. You can be a little bit more patient, a little bit more diligent looting. It's not like Sandhawk where you drop and you never know what's behind you.
Yeah, I'm trying to look. Erangel, we're going to have it in the first game here, and then we're going to see it again tomorrow. So if you are squads A and B, you're going to be feeling good coming out here on the tried and true OG map. You're confident out here. You're going to be able to shake off those land jitters.
I think it's really the best way to start on Erangel because you really get a feel for other teams, how they want to play, their approaches. Because if you drop in Sandhawk or Vikendi, you probably don't know. It doesn't tell you anything. It doesn't give you any information.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned boot camp is going to be a hot spot. So I'm curious if we're going to see squads on those maps kind of, hovering around there in their parachutes, but then seeing, okay, there's 2 squads there. We're going to have to pull off. I mean, Miramar, Las Leonas, able to kind of loot there and then pull off. So that's a nice thing to kind of think about because a lot of teams are going to drop there as well. But Erangel, let's see where these teams drop. Are we going to have any hot drops? I don't think so, because if you get taken out early on, you're already at a super disadvantage. I mean, if you're out in 11th to 15th, you'll point, you're probably not going to get any kills, maybe 1 or 2 kills, and you're going to be down that bottom.
You want to get that slow, steady play.
Exactly.
A lot go getting kills at take a big loss of their points. Why they the fact that they got eliminated?
Because when they are at a disadvantage, what you're mentioning, it's 4v4. They get a knock on their side, so they try to toss out some utilities like smokes, try to toss sight lines, and prioritize going for the revive on their 4th member. They prioritize having 4 alive, making it to the end.
They're such a good team. I mean, this day, how they won the first game, I think, of PMIT on the day 1. They all camped on this tower and had just Mavi cleaning up around the perimeter. It was a beautiful formation, and it really worked. And Mavi being Mavi, obviously, he just cleaned up everything else.
I like how we talked to him as well. We're like, so Mavi, why do you go so far away from your team? He's like, yeah, I'm just scouting. And we're like, but really that far away? He's like, yeah, just scouting. It's like, and you're getting kills? Yeah, I'm just scouting, just doing his own thing. But what I want to talk about is, going to the whole mindset of 8 games to play, right? We talked to a lot of the teams, and they said everyone has a chance. Like, they're worried about every team here. There wasn't one in particular that they were like really focused on. That to me says that actually makes me ask the question of, are we going to see teams who maybe see themselves as a lower team? Are they going to get maybe a little bit crazy? Are they going to get extra aggressive to try to have that early start? Because as you mentioned, Illustrato, if you get knocked out early on, well then you could just say pretty much goodbye to at least the initial start.
Yeah, I mean, getting a good start is important. I say this time and time again, PUBG Mobile is one of those games that require momentum. Like, you need it. It'll give you the boost that you need to go to the start and all the way to the end of the day. That's what you need, having that momentum. And if you get knocked down early, even in the middle, at least, of the tournament, or in the middle of the day, maybe game 3, it takes a lot of steam out of you.
And the frustrating part is you have to sit there until the game's done, right? So you're going to sit there and just mellow in what's happening and just realizing the mistakes that have been made. And you don't want to have that happen. I think a good mentality, a good mindset is really important, and only a few teams out there might actually be able to maintain that with a bad start.
Of course, and then you got your fans in the stands, so you don't want to let them down. But one thing that I do want to note compared to the group stages, all right, all the teams, same level playing field. All right, we're all on land right now. Ping is all going to be the same. It's not going to be like, oh, my ping was too high, my ping was too high. That's why I got taken out. So we're definitely going to see the skill gaps here today. Probably at the end of the day, see which teams are kind of stronger than others, and then hopefully those teams that are at the bottom, not qualifying here in the prelims, hopefully they'll go back tonight, review the VODs, come back tomorrow with some type of a game plan.
I'm hoping to be pleasantly surprised about how some teams would be performing, though. Like, because sometimes you just never know. There's a team that comes out of the works and be like, hey, we're just going to wreck everybody else. It's happened. Like, I think I never expected Revenge to really win that last tournament, PMIT. They came out of the woodwork and just destroyed every single person.
Especially because it was a LAN, right? So everybody has the same thing. There's no excuses here. It's all positioning. It's all, again, the circles, and it's all about raw gun skill.
And that's one of the beautiful things about playing on LAN, is that you never really know who's going to turn up and who's going to suddenly not do so hot, right? And that must be probably, honestly, as a player, one of the worst feelings to be an amazing player online and then just at LAN.
There's no excuses now.
Yeah, there's no, you can't hide behind anything.
Well, the fact that we had back in June, I remember some teams who were playing with devices that weren't as good as what they were playing with at the event, and they had higher ping as well. And when they came into the actual event, no one expected them to perform as well as they actually did, which obviously captured quite a few people off guard. And again, the LAN experience, being here in front of a crowd, having people cheer for you. Orange Rock, they felt the pressure 100% from the fans, especially if you're a team that's going up against like Team Seoul and you take them out. Does the crowd turn against you? Do they favor you
Hopefully
now?
don't get chips thrown at you.
Yeah, or anything thrown at you. I don't think that's going to be allowed here anyways. We'll take care of that. We got security. But that's pressure that you're not going to experience at home in that regular environment you're used to playing in.
And I don't think the hardware is going to be an issue. Everybody's going to have the same phone, if I'm not
Exactly.
mistaken, this time. So it's going to at least remove one factor that could be an issue. That just makes life so much better for all those players. Because the last thing that you want in a LAN is having hardware issues. It's just insane.
So, quick little topic here on maps. We are going to be going to Erangel, like you mentioned. We have groups A and B going against each other. Mega X, they're in Group B. They will be playing. When we refer back to group stages, looking at their Erangel matchups, they had a first place, second place, third place, all in Erangel. Definitely a strong team. This is definitely their map to play. With that being said, do you think they'll perform here at LAN based off of their previous history on Erangel?
That's a tough one.
It's a tough one.
It's
But
so hard to say, man. I think so. I think there's something about the LANs that bring out the best in players. I'd like to believe that. And as a player, it's born to do it. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a player thing.
Take that. If you think that that's a team that can surprise you.
Noise canceling, by the way, so they won't hear this. So we're not going to hurt any feelings.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. I'll do it. Well, I'm gonna say Orange Rock is probably my favorite to win the first map. Obviously, I think Seoul has a chance, but if I were to pick sort of an, I'd actually go with that's Entity. I have Entity looks.
All right. Well, we're going to go with pretty good today. All right. The last day they popped off. Hopefully, because the fans will love it.
Seoul or Orange Rock, it's so tough to decide on the first.
Where's the Fanatics? I was expecting maybe they booed.
That's my BM anybody here. So.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to get this first game underway. Let's head over to our commentators, John Allen and Blanks will take you through the first match. Hello. Welcome. Do you know what time it is? Pmco time.
It's Pmco time. We're ready to get away.
Game of these play-ins. I'm super excited. My name's John Allen. With me, Xandon. Blankos goes by sometimes. Just you're feeling like, but we are going to be heading over to soon. I'm pretty excited. Absolutely, I'll tell it. So I really they want to get a point. Absolutely. One of our favourite players as well. It's not Mr. Hughes is actually earlier. Pretty nervous. I'm ready to go, but no, he's like, not nervous. I was like, oh. But whilst we're away, we've got to line with one of the teams.
हेलो फ्रेंड्स आपका स्वागत है फिर से पीएमसीओ साउथ एशिया पाकिस्तान टीम और प्रोडक्शन पार्ट है बाकी ज्यादा टीम में रखेंगे इनको पहले से आपका कंग्रेचुलेशन आपका मेरा नाम खेलता हूँ सपोर्ट मेरा नाम खेलता हूँ और मैं न्यू दिल्ली से हूँ
मेरा नाम अक्षय तनुजा है, मेरा इंडियन नेम डॉन है, मैं न्यू दिल्ली से हूँ, मैं टीम रेकनिंग ई स्पोर्ट्स के लिए खेलता हूँ।
मेरा नाम विश्वराज है, मेरा इंडियन नेम देव है, आई प्ले फ्रॉम रेकनिंग ई स्पोर्ट्स, मैं उड़ीसा से हूँ, आई प्ले एज एन असॉल्टर फॉर माई टीम।
तो सबसे पहला सवाल, बिकॉज आप लोग मेरे ख्याल से पहले होगा साथ में खेले, इससे पहले साथ में नहीं खेले, तो कैसे बनी थी?
हम सेटन में देव और हमारा एक और साथी है क्रशर, एंड एक और है जो, तो हम लोग चारों मिलके खेलते थे, बट एक क्रशर के एग्ज़ाम्स के चक्कर वो यहाँ आ नहीं पाया, तो हमें एक रिप्लेसमेंट चाहिए था, तो हमें राइजर, एंड हम राइजर के साथ कंटिन्यू कर रहे थे, जो कि अभी तक अच्छा है।
और ये कब बनी थी, कितना टाइम हो गया इसका?
1 मंथ ग्रुप सीरीज में बनी थी वो लोग।
डोंट थिंक ये आप लोगों के इतने रैंडम चेंजेस की वजह से आपकी परफॉर्मेंस कहीं ना कहीं लैक है?
हाँ, ग्रुप स्टेजेस में हमारी परफॉर्मेंस थोड़ी लैक करी थी, और हमने उस मतलब जो हमारी प्रॉब्लम्स थी हमने उस पर फोकस करा और एक नया कुछ लेकर आए।
तो कोई कहते हैं हमें 12 दिन हुए खेलते हैं, तो हम 12 दिन से साथ में खेलते हैं, आप 1 महीना खेलते हैं, मेरे साथ ये टाइम बहुत कम है सिनर्जी बनाने के लिए।
नहीं, लेकिन एक बात मैं बोलना चाहूँगा कि हम लोग ने बीच में अपनी सिनर्जी इंक्रीज करने के लिए बूट कैंप रखा था, जिसमें हम लोग 24/7 साथ में रह रहे थे, चारों प्लेयर्स। हमारे ग्रुप सीरीज अच्छे भी गए और हम लोग टॉप 16 मेंटेन कर पाए थे ग्रुप सीरीज।
अभी पीएमसी से क्या एक्सपेक्टेशन?
पीएमसी से एक्सपेक्टेशंस तो यही है कि अभी हम लोग अच्छा करें और फाइनल क्वालिफाई करें, और उसके बाद मेन ग्लोबल के लिए फोकस करें और टॉप 5 अपना एम रखें।
तो अभी टीम में सबसे ज़्यादा पैनिक कौन करता है? मतलब अगर इंटेंस सिचुएशन हो जाए, वो मैं रिवाइव कर मैं मर गया,
मैं करता हूँ,
डाउट मूवमेंट नहीं है।
थोड़ा बहुत करता हूँ मैं।
चलो टीम में, चलो पैनिक वाला तो पता चल गया, मुझे जानना है कि सबसे ज़्यादा काम कौन रहता है इंटेंस सिचुएशन?
मैं रहता हूँ सबसे ज़्यादा काम
एक्सपीरियंस है
और आईजीएल भी हूँ मैं इस टीम का, तो मुझे काम रहना पड़ेगा, वरना हमारी पूरी टीम बिल्कुल डिस्टर्ब हो सकती है अगर मैं ढंग से फोकस नहीं करूँगा गेम पे और काम नहीं होगा तो।
सो अकॉर्डिंग टू यू राइजर, आप एक आईजीएल है, आपको पता है सामने अब 23 ऐसी टीम्स है जो फुल स्टैक लाइनअप के साथ आई, और कुछ टीम्स ऐसी है फिनाटिक, ओआर, मेगा एक्स, आईएनटी, बहुत ये काफ़ी टाइम से साथ में खेलते हैं, स्टार प्लेयर्स भी अच्छा भी खेलते हैं। ऐसी टीम्स को हराने की क्या स्ट्रैट है आपके? एक्सपर्ट नहीं बताओगे, कौन अभी दिखाओगे सीधा, तो फिर भी
बेसिकली स्टार्ट तो ये है कि हम लोग जो ग्रुप सीरीज में फॉलो करते आ रहे थे, हम लोग ने थोड़ा मतलब रीडिंग करी है उसको, बाकी टीम के रोटेशन एंड स्ट्रैटेजीज देख के और अपने में इम्प्रोवाइज किया है, और ऐसा है कि वो लोग अच्छे हैं, लेकिन जो हमारी टीम के प्लेयर्स हैं वो अंडररेटेड है, एंड वो लोग लिटरली परफॉर्म कर सकते हैं लैक पे।
Pretty confident stuff coming out from the squad reckoning. I think that they can break here at the start of the play-ins. Oh, they do, John. I think it's quite interesting to think about. As well, because they were talking about how they really strategize, try to fix some of their issues that they'd experienced during the group stages. And one thing to consider for you guys at home is that it's about a month ago that we saw those initial group stages. So all these teams have had a lot of time now. One thing that Illustrado mentioned on this from the PMIT, right? Revenge Esports, they were at the beginning one of the 32 teams that were there before we cut 8 out. Revenge were one of them. They had a month to improve, and they came out on top of PMIT and actually gave Orange Rock a really hard time in the end. So I'm really interested. To see how all these teams have improved, come so far, because you know how dedicated this scene is here in South Asia. They are in it to win it. Absolutely. They are all
for that top spot for those chick dinners time and time again. So hopefully they're going to be able to put their best foot forward. You can see they're all suiting up, getting those headphones on. We've got the guy